Hello students, today we describe the sources and applications of celluloses. So, first of all you have to write about the introduction. So, in that same introduction from the previous questions, that means the enzymes are nothing but the proteinaceous biocatalysts. They can speed up the reactions or they can be increase the rate of the reactions. And nowadays in commercial level different enzymes are used for the productions of different products for the in cheese productions or in fermentations or in wine industry, juice industry. The different enzymes are used. So on the commercially three most important enzymes are used, that is papain, celluloses and bromelain. So previous video I discussed about the enzyme papain. So today we focus on the second enzyme, that is celluloses. So next point is the sources of celluloses. Celluloses enzymes act on the cellulose substances, and its cellulose is the polysaccharide. So these enzymes mostly act on the cellulose substances. These cellulose substances, that means the where the cellulose is present, these enzymes will act on these substances. These cellulose, it is also a polysaccharide, that is the sucrose compound. These cellulose occurs in the cell wall of higher plants. As you know, in the cell wall of the plants, they contains the celluloses, and these celluloses enzymes will be convert this cellulose to the glucose. Then there are different types of celluloses. In that, celluloses consist at least the three enzymes. The first is the endo beta 1,4 glycanases. Then second enzyme is the exo beta 1,4 glycanases, and third enzyme is the beta glycosidases. So celluloses are present mainly in bacteria, fungi, yeast, and almost on all plants. In these celluloses, there are three different types of celluloses are found in different cells or different organelles like bacteria, fungi, yeast, and plants. So the bacterial source of celluloses are the aerobic bacterial source. So aerobic bacteria, that means they are working in the presence of oxygen. So many aerobic bacteria have ability to grow on celluloses or cellulose as a substrate. For example, Pseudomonas, Cellulosa, Cellulomonals, then Cytophaga, Sporocytophaga, and Soragium. These are the bacteria. They can grow on the, or these are the aerobic bacteria, and they can grow on the cellulose substrate. So they will be source of the celluloses enzymes. Then anaerobic bacteria, that means the bacteria which are present in the absence of oxygen. So under the anaerobic condition, the cellulose is degraded by the mesophilic and thermophilic bacteria such as Clostridium and thermocelluloses. So these are the anaerobic bacteria that can be work in condition of mesophilic as well as thermophilic conditions. That means in the moderate temperature or in high temperature conditions, the bacteria will be worked. Then second, fungal sources of the celluloses are also they are aerobic as well as anaerobic fungi. So the celluloses is degraded and utilized by aerobic fungi like Fusarium, Chitonium, Aspergillus, Botrytis, Trichoderma. These are the aerobic fungi. They can be degraded cellulose substrate. Then anaerobic fungi. These certain fungi reacts with cellulose under anaerobic condition. These are Micromonosperma, Sporotrichum, then Myrothecium. These are the anaerobic fungi that are that will be act on the cellulose substrate. Then instead of the bacteria and fungi, the celluloses are also present in the different plants cell wall. So next is the applications of celluloses. So in application, first application of enzyme celluloses is the liquefaction. So I already discussed in the enzyme papain. So same you have to write the information in this point. So liquefaction of fruit and vegetables can be done by a combination of papain and celluloses. When fruit pulp is treated with their enzymes, the middle lamella is digested by the papain and the cell wall is digested by the cellulose. Thus the liquefaction of fruit pulp takes place. That's why in this stage the enzyme papain as well as enzyme cellulose will be used. Then second application in the fermentation product. That means the different anaerobic bacteria and fungi are cultured with the decaying of the plant material, that is cellulosic material. Depending upon the type of cellulosic microorganism, fermentation product is obtained, such as if we can use the alcoholic microorganism, then ethanol production is take place. If we are use the acetate microorganism, the production of acetic acid will be obtained. In presence of lactate microorganism, lactic acid is formed. In presence of formate microorganism, formic acid is formed. So in that case, in fermentation product, according to the microorganisms, the different products are formed, and this in anaerobic bacteria or fungi, they can decaying the plant material and form the different products. Then third application in case of the rattling of flax and hemp, that means the jute plants. So in case of the fiber production, the separation of fibers is most important stage. So these cellulose decomposing the organisms are of technical importance in rattling of flax and jute. So in this process, bundles of cellulose fibers become free from the plant tissue. The aerobic process is carried out by fungi, whereas anaerobic process of water rattling is carried out by bacteria. So for the separation of the bundles of the fibers, these cellulose or cellulase enzymes is used. On this case, for in aerobic process, some fungi are worked, and in anaerobic process, the bacteria work. So by the combinations of the both the processes, with the help of bacteria and fungi, the separation of the fibers is take place, and this separation of the fiber process is called as the rattling. So this cellulase enzyme is useful in case of the rattling of flax and hemp. Then maceration, same as you know in fruits cellulose, there is the fruit pulp is in case of the fruit juice preparation, there is a fruit juice and some fruit pulp is present. So this cellulase enzymes is act on these fruit pulps, and that will be help in the process of macerations. Also these cellulase enzymes is used in the paper industry. So paper is manufactured from the pulp of bamboo and soft plants. These parts, any plant material including the bamboo, is cellulose. In other words, the paper is cellulosic products. During the manufacture of paper, if the pulp is treated with the celluloses enzymes, it results to the tensile or it gives the strength of the papers. Thus, quality of paper is improved by using the celluloses enzymes, by using the cellulosic anaerobic microorganism. So, as you know, the paper will be prepared from the pulps of bamboo or also some soft plants material. So, in that case, the during the manufacturing of paper, the treatment of cellulose enzymes are given to this material. That's why you can get the strong the papers. So for improving the quality of the paper, some cellulosic aerobic or the cellulose aerobic microorganisms are used. So we can get the high quality of the papers. Then next application in the vegetable industry, these cellulose enzymes in pure form are widely used in vegetable industry as a digestive aids for the extraction of protein from soybean, then extraction of green pea component, extraction of protein from coconut, extraction of carbohydrates from sweet potato, then extraction of agar from seaweeds. That means for production of the different products, these from the plant material with the help of the digestive aids, these cellulose enzymes are used. The next application of these enzymes in case of the feed supplements in cattle. So cattle feeds on green leafy plants material, mostly the fodder of cattle is rich in celluloses. It is digested by one of the enzyme known as cellulases. Cattle synthesis celluloses endogenously. However, in Japan, Australia, or Norway, etc., countries use celluloses as a food supplements to cattle. So it improves and accelerates digestion in cattle, and it resulted in gaining milk and flesh quantity in cattle. So as you know, in the cattle feeds, they can eating different green leafy plant materials. So these plant materials contains the rich amount of cellulose. For this digestion of the cellulose, there is the requirement of enzyme cellulases. So if we can directly give the dose of the cellulases, they can be help in the digestive system of the cattle. So the countries like Japan, Australia, or Norway, they can provide the food supplements of the cellulases, so it will be ultimately helpful in the digestion of the cattle, and it will be resulted in the gaining milks and also the flesh quantity of the cattle. Then next application of the cellulose in the wine industry. So celluloses are used to preparation of the wine and also the coloring of the wines. So these are the applications of the celluloses which are used in different purposes. So this is also the one of the important enzyme which are industrially or commercially used. So this is all over about the enzyme celluloses. Next videos or next lecture we have talk about the enzyme bromelain. So now I stop here.